We can't keep up anymore. I have a massive Red Shadow Legends account. I am a tier 3 content creator, which means I get gems, energy, books, chicken every single week sent to my account. And yet, I cannot keep up with all the events unless I spend money on the game. That is why myself and a lot of other players coming from Raid are super excited about Godforge. Let's talk about it in this video. What's up guys, Ramsey here, back for another Red Shadow Legends video. We're going to be talking about Godforge as well, of course, because we're covering mostly Godforge on this channel. So you just saw the intro. I just want to introduce myself if you don't know me. Obviously, this channel is in English dedicated to Godforge, but I do have a French channel with 15,000 subscribers. That is in French, covering Red Shadow Legends. If you guys don't know me, I've been covering Raid in French since 2019, so over 6 years now. Obviously, I've always loved the game, but I'm at a point now where I'm realizing that it is impossible to keep up with everything as a free-to-play. So I want to talk to you about my account real quick and really the spending on the game and all the events going on right now, and just show you why so many people, including myself, are so excited about Godforge, because Raid has just gotten to a point where they're just taking players for fools, complete idiots, and it's extremely frustrating for them to do that, obviously, since we love the game so much. So I just want to start with the fact that I do have a new account. This was given to me by one of my really good friends from my clan. I am in the #1 clan right now, Sacred Pandas. A lot of whales in this clan, but one of my really good friends stopped the game and was able to get this account. One of the things that's really sad is that before this account, I had a 30 million power account. It was my account. I had spent some money in the game, maybe over 6 years, maybe $1,000 or two at the most. This is closer to a $30,000 account in terms of like spend on the account. So just to show you the difference. And what's very sad is that on my account before this one, for 6 years, I hated PvP. I really hated PvP because I was missing so many key champions. I was missing so many mythical champions, and I was missing so many blessings. As you can see here, we have a lot more options in terms of mythical. We have a lot of key champions for arena, and they all have great blessings on them. And for the first time in 6 years, I'm having a blast in Siege, in PvP, arena, live arena, whatever you want. I'm having a blast, whether PvP or PvE, but specifically in PvP now. I just love it because all of a sudden I have an account with great gear, great champions, all of the blessings that I need. And it's very sad because I don't think only people that spend a lot on the game should be having fun in those areas. Again, mostly PvP, even though even with PvE, I'm having a lot more fun on this account, obviously. So that's one point. Very sad, even though my other account was 6 years old and had seen some spending and some perks, again, from being a content creator. And that, to me, that in itself shouldn't be happening that way. Now, I want to talk about all of the event and what I just realized, because, again, I have this massive account right here, but I haven't spent in the game in almost a year, probably. And I do get resources as a content creator. As you can see, I've been actually saving. I've had this account for 2 months, and I've been saving like crazy. Everything I have. I do have a fair amount of shards right here, and I do get, again, I think 1,000 gems, about 1,000 energy, a couple books, and a couple chickens every single week because I'm a tier 3 content creator, and I just can't keep up with everything. Over the past 2 months, we've had the fusion for Donnie, right? So we have the Ninja Turtle event, as well as fusions coming along the way. And I can tell that just for me as a free-to-play, even though I get perks from being a CC, I just can't do everything. And you have to choose and pick what you want to do. And sometimes it could be very frustrating. And it's very sad that they made it to that point, you know? So we had the fusion Donatello. I did the fusion. I completely ignored the event for the blessings. I just couldn't do it. Simply couldn't do it because at the same time you want to save for what comes next. So Donatello, got him, couldn't get the blessings, unfortunately. Last week we've had the event for Raphael. And do keep in mind, I do try to play as a free-to-play as much as I can in terms of like managing my resources. I'm very smart about it. So I do try to minimize, wasting my resources and maximize the points. So I'm saving all of these, for instance, obviously for the fusion that's going on right now to get points during the champion chase tournament. Anyways, I got Raph. We do have an event right here, the Halloween. My game is in French right now, but I probably will not be going for the 5-star blessing. It's very sad because I wanted to do a Ninja Turtle team with all of them, and the blessings, I just can't do it. I completely ignored anything with the other two champions. I'm focusing on the 4 turtles. I completely ignored April, wherever she is. I think she's right here. April's right here. I completely ignored her. I completely ignored Shredder as well. Such a cool champion, but I completely ignored all of the event for him and all the event for the blessings. I just simply couldn't do it as a free-to-play. I just didn't have enough resources, even though, again, I save and I have perks from Plarium. So very, very frustrating. We did get Mikey. Everybody got Mikey for free with the blessing, so that's a good thing. And now I'm saving for Leonardo. We still don't know what's going on with Leo. We're still waiting on everything, whatever event we're going to get for him. So Leo, I've been saving for him this entire time, basically. And he's the only champion I'm going to try to go for the blessing. So out of all the totals, I've ignored everybody. I just got the 1 copy of the totals, which, by the way, now, unless you have them +4, they're not going to be as good, of course. But I'll also ignore all of the blessings just because you simply cannot do all of them. In the meantime, we also had multiple fusions, right? So I did go and do the Granite fusion right here. I think he's a really good champion, and I do have a lot of really good dwarf. So I thought, for my siege teams, dwarfs only, could be a great champion. I just couldn't go get the blessings. Again, I'm saving for the Ninja Turtle event for the 4 turtles, so I just couldn't go get the blessings, and I got the champions, and I stopped there. Again, just can't keep up with the event. Now we do have another fusion going on right here. We have Maria Sanguini. I did tested her on the test server, and she's amazing in PvP. So I'm going to get her. I'm going to do the fusion, but I'm going to try to get the blessings as well for her. I just don't think that I can do it, simply because at the same time, by the time this fusion is done, and by the time we start whatever event for the blessings for her, in the middle of all of that, we're gonna have the event for Leonardo and then possibly for the blessings. So I'm just not sure how to allocate my resources, and I don't think I will have enough for all of it. Really, when we say having enough, usually it's a lot of the stones. I use most of my stones for Raphael. I was saving up for a while as well, but now I'm pretty limited on shards. So I'm going to do what I can to get her all the blessings, but then the same with Leonardo, try to get him with all the blessings. I think it's going to be almost impossible to get all of them. And if I do get both of them, I had to ignore everything else, basically. Shredder, the other girl, and all the other blessings for the other champions. So very, very frustrating that Plarium, over the years, they've gone, again, I've been doing this since 2019, so I know what I'm talking about, but they've always been a very heavy pay-to-win game. And over the past few years, they've gotten better. Or again, they're taking players for fools because they've gotten better at doing better things for free-to-play and early game players. So now you have a lot of codes where if you start the game now, you can get free legendary champions. We do get every month to a free legendary with the blessing like we just had with Mikey. So they're doing all of those things to show that, yes, we're listening to the community. We're doing more accessible things, giving away free champions. But at the same time, they hide the fact that prices are going up and everything is getting more and more difficult. It's harder and harder to get champions and to get the blessings, which is what you want. The blessings are so important. Not only for some specific areas in the game where you need the blessings, but also because it gives you a better blessing itself when you apply a blessing to the champion, but also the stats. The stats are super important nowadays for super endgame content, and it is just impossible to keep up with everything unless you spend And when I'm talking about spend, I'm not talking about $50 a month. I'm talking about hundreds of dollars every month if you want to keep up and do everything. And it's not impossible. Now, nobody said you have to do every single thing all the time, but obviously that's what most players try to do. We try to do all of it, and unfortunately, as a free to play, you can do great things, but you cannot do it all, and it's extremely sad, and you have a huge disadvantage, especially in PvP. Now, the other thing that's bothering me greatly is the relic. So for a long time, we had that pay to win aspect to where, well, if you get lucky and you pull the right champions and the right blessings as a free to play, you could to some extent compete a little bit. You're never gonna compete, and be one of the top players, but you can finish in plat and do well in live arena as a free to play. You can of course do it. You do need some luck and you do need some good gear. The issue now is, and it's been this way for a long time, is that at some point they started the pass. They started the pass where some of the gear that's very important, the bolster, for instance, is very important for PvP. That's behind the paywall. Unless you spend money, you cannot get that set anywhere else. As well as there's other sets like the assassin set, for instance. Unless you spend money in the game, you just cannot get it anywhere else. And assassin is a really good set for mostly PvE, but still really, really good set. Can't have it unless you spend money on the game. Very frustrating. Same thing in terms of, we're talking about the champions a lot, but when we look at gear, the best way to get gear, your highest chances to get really good gear, is going to be through the shop. So you can farm as much as you want. I don't think I have any offers here because I never buy. But when you have the speed set and all the mythical sets that you can buy in here, that's your best way to get really good gear. And that's what Wells and Big Spender did, just buy those packs all the time in the shop. But again, the issue is that once you buy those, then it's RNG on top of RNG. You need the good primary stat, you need the good substat, and then you need to proc on the good substat. If that doesn't work and you want to use a Chaos Hole on it, then it's again RNG. So just too expensive, everything's too hard to get, and too much RNG at the same time. The other thing now is the relic. So the relic system, I do love the relic system, and you have different ways of getting really good relics, but unfortunately, again, a lot of it is behind a paywall. So just to give you an example, this pass now, they added the extra pass to make more money because it's more expensive, of course, where you're going to get the materials to forge the relic. So you need to buy the thing, get the relics, and then the materials, and then some of the relics are hidden behind that paywall, where if you want the relics from the past forge, and some of them are actually really good, you have to spend money on the game. You do not have a choice. That is the issue now, is that you have to. It used to be you have a choice if you want to compete. Now you don't have a choice. You have to spend no matter what. Then again, if you want to get the relic, you kind of have to spend on the game. Just to give you an example, that's one of the relic for the event that's going on right now with the ninja turtles and all that stuff. And you also get the avatar from Shredder, the frame, and a couple good gemstones. The issue here again is that to get all 6 champions from the event, that's the special gift you get if you get all 6 champions. So if you want the special gift to get the mythical relic, then you have to spend money at some point to get all 6 champions. And I'm telling you, as a free-to-play, if you wanted to get all 6 champions from this event, you would have had to be extremely, extremely lucky, and I'd save a bunch of shards. There was no way around it. If not, you would have to spend 100% to get all 6 of them. Because again, I've been saving everything I have, and I can barely get the 4 turtles, honestly. So I know this video sounded like a big rant, but I do love this game so much. Again, I've been playing since 2019, and it's just frustrating when I see, first off, the difference between my big end game account that I had just before this one, and see the difference between the two, between one that's like super low spender and this one that has seen a lot of money invested in the account. I can see the difference, and it's extremely frustrating. And just seeing as a content creator, I'm getting all these resources every single week, and I just can't keep up with everything. And then I'm like, well, what about all the players like me that are end game? Maybe they've been playing since 2019 just like me, and maybe they spend 50 or $100 every month, let's say, and they're super low spenders. They also can't keep up with everything, and it's extremely frustrated. Now, it's always been this way with Raid, but I feel like lately it's getting worse and worse. Maybe it's because we have that Titan, the total event right now. But when I see the resources I have and I get every week, and I can't keep up, even though I manage my resources really well, it's very frustrating to think of other players that want to be free to play or low spenders. Unfortunately, as long as people spend, and you have people again in the top clans, people spending millions on this game, you have a handful of people that will keep this game going forever. So unfortunately, nothing's ever going to change, but it is what it is. That's also why I'm so excited about Godforge. I'm so excited about Godforge because yes, there will be monetization, there will be a big spending aspect, but it will be pay to fast focus, to where if you spend, you go quicker and you can do stuff faster. But it shouldn't be a pay to win aspect where it's going to give you an edge, especially in PvP when you're facing other players. So if you and Godforge is going to be, will have a lot of differences from Raid, and they bring you a lot of new things, and it's a completely different art direction they're going with, but it's at the same time going to be extremely similar to Raid. So for me, again, if they bring me something that's similar to Raid with some new things, new system in place, and it's a bit more accessible and easier to get stuff, or there's less RNG, I say yes. I say yes 100%, and that is why I'm so excited about Godforge. Anyway, guys, that was a long one. Sorry, I know I talk a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next Raid or Godforge video.